And about right along in here, it just starts.
I believe it was the right rear tire.
It appeared to be.
Scott Speed just couldn't stay off him.
That actually starts, I think, a little further up here.
It does.
Robbie Gordon in the 7 gets into the back of David Reagan in the 6, and it's the accordion effect from there. And Joey Logano in the 20 just gets clipped as Scott Speed, the 82, comes off the banking.
Second wreck at Scott Speed's been in. He was in Scott was in a wreck last night here, very similar. Oh, he got clipped.
And then poor David Strimmy in the 12 was just a victim.
11 car got into the 00. Hamlin got into Rudeman and shot him down the hill into the 12 car.
I tell you what, David Strimmy got that car turned just in time because he was headed to that inside wall.
Uh-oh, Jeff Gordon's in trouble now. Yikes, he made contact with a 16.
He got Biffle in the 16. Nowhere for Jeff Burton in the 31 to go.
And Casey Mears tags Biffle.
Boy, I mean, I knew Gordon was getting mighty close to Biffle there. And
yeah, you're right.
Yeah, see, Strimmy had to start playing with the throttle, and I don't know what happened to Elliott's car, but it just got a little bit loose. Looked like he had to lift up a tad, and when he did, Strimmy got into the back of him.
Let's have a look at it from the DirecTV blimp toward the back of the pack. Yeah, big gap opens, Sadler loose.
Yeah, he just gets a little bit loose for some reason. I don't know if it's because Strimmy was up close to him, but that's what got him straighted. Because you're up there, you make the wrong move.
Trouble.
Oh, big
Menard and Junior. And Biffle.
Right there, keep digging there. You got one slide in the grass. Keep digging.
88's torn up big time.
And Bobby Labonte against the wall.
Bobby Labonte's car crashed the 16 for the second time. It's right here. Which way do we go? Which way do we go?
We go in the wall
again. Biffle one more time.
With 2 to go. Caution is out, and we will go to overdrive.
Dadgum. That 12 car and the 16 car. Uh-oh. Here comes the 29. Just like.
Oh, no. Johnson into the wall with Mears and Hamlin.
That's it. The caution is out. So Harvick has won this race.
I'll tell you, that is just like he did 2 years ago here.
And the 2 most important positions are Brad Keselowski.
Oh, trouble off turn 2 here, or 4, I'm sorry.
Kurt Busch.
Car number 2, turn 4.
And the caution will wave.
Hold your brake. Caution's out. All right, guys, get ready here.
The field's under yellow, all caught up behind the pace car, and Elliott's car takes a sharp right turn, bit of smoke there, and pounds the wall.
Somebody must have run into the back of him, because, I mean, the car just took an abrupt left-hand turn. David Reagan in the 6 car tucked right up under, but I believe this car just, it's just, see, it takes a little, you saw him have to run up the hill, had to get out of the throttle, and the 6 car got into him, David Reagan.
Look how close that 6 car came to him.
From the DirecTV blimp.
They just try to get 3-4 wide, looks like.
Oh,
looks like it all started. The 77 to 17 got together. John Andretti up there in the 34 car. He was a victim.
Logano got into the back of the 07 there of Casey Mears, turned him around.
Chain reaction from there.
And I think somebody else got into the outside wall on the back straightaway after this part of it was over.
Got a feeling Boris and 82 may have serious contact.
Pretty hard lick on both those race cars. Right now we stay green, and there's the caution being waved, which is a. Now it looks like Mark Martin and Brian Vickers. Oh, Ryan Newman hard to the outside wall.
Tell me when you're done here, but
that will bring the caution out.
hey, I'm still going for a ride.
Oh boy, he tried to stay off Jamie McMurray. Reagan got in him.
Reagan's done that a couple of times this week.
Well, that happens right in front of about a third of the field.
Barry goes another angle, different place here. You see again hard lick on that outside safer barrier, but again, you know, that's the beautiful thing about having that safer barrier there. It could have been a lot worse if it hadn't been for those safer barriers.
Amazing he could even drive it after that to at least get it through.
See what happens here. I got a feeling that
he tried to stay off of Scott's speed in the 82, and he drove down in front of Greg Biffle. But look at that hard lick there.
I love it that they finally put the safer barrier there. That used to be a dirt bank several years ago, and boy, it was worse than hitting a wall.
All of those cars are cars that had made green flag stops prior to that caution. Boy, Brian Vickers, Dale Earnhardt Jr., that ain't going to work, boys.
Vickers hard. Here we go. Busch, the dominant car of the day, in the wall.
That was wrong.
And 10 cars sliding, slamming into the infield.
Jimmy Johnson, totally uncalled for. Totally.
I don't care who you are. That was just wrong.
Good run.
Vickers puts a little block on him. And then you be the judge.
Let's reiterate the rule. You are not allowed to advance your position below the yellow line. If you are forced below the yellow line, you must come back up and blend in.
Vickers puts the block on him, and then Junior just turns right back into the racetrack, right in the left rear, Brian Vickers.
Saw a similar situation like that yesterday in the nationwide race.
And the results are a good 8 to 10 race cars torn up. Can bring them all the way back around and lead a lap. Oh, here we go.
There he goes.
Almirola goes off the nose of Casey Kane.
Hang on to her, brother.
Your brake. Brake there.
Man, it gets crowded back there. Goodness. Over. Hang on, folks. This is going to hurt.
Keep it straight. Keep it straight.
Had all the look that a right front tire just went soft.
Definitely right.
Right side of your screen, the green car.
Yep, just got loose on him and snapped around, popped the rear end up against the outside retaining wall. The car's damaged now, and you can see it just he's out of control.
Cars trying to get through the smoke, top of your screen. The first will be Marcus Ambrose.
That's Marcus coming just to the left of the screen there. And then watch Elliott Sadler run over his left rear tire. I mean, I don't know how it didn't kill the 19 car.
And you know, Darrell, in the spotter's defense, those drivers were probably about on their own with that much smoke back there on the back.
Stuff that was caused, and among those great moves deserving of a wow, Jamie McMurray somehow saving this at high speed, but engine problems.
The 99's down underneath of him. Yeah, this is, I think, Carl's going to come up and touch him, I think. Yeah, right there. It gets strimmy. It kind of runs him up the hill, and then it just, car turns around.
Doesn't take much at the speed you're running here, but that caution will be good news for the Dale Earnhardt Jr. fans because he gets the free pass.
It's a great job by Ryan Newman in the 39 car to squeeze through there, not have.
Just spun out totally on his own on the bottom of Martin Truex Jr. in the 1 car.
Yeah, that's hard contact.
And watch the splitter get it as the car bounces off with the right rear and then comes around. Just 8 car come into view.
It's just up high there, and that thing just hooks. Back end comes around, and he corrects it, and it turns straight left. Straight right, I'm sorry.
I believe you're right. I believe Casey did not hit him.
Watch this here with Casey Kane.
Yikes.
Oh, he did.
He nipped him.
Caught him.
Just
nipped him.
But he came all the way across the racetrack in front of about 4 or 5 cars.
Yeah, the way he was going, I thought that new safer barrier back there was going to get a test, but
right.
He was able to get it wound up.
We're with Casey here.
Check up, check up. Check up.
A bit too high that time. See him up high on the,
above the black.
Yeah, and he just got it in there a little too hot and a little too high, and around she goes. I don't think he hurt it much.
So Waltrip scrapes the wall, knocks the end plate off the wing.
I thought. And it starts up the hill, gets a little loose. Actually, he gets loose before he gets there, but when he gets in the loose stuff, it's out of his hands then. The reason it snapped around like that is because it picks up all that debris on the tires, and then the car, you don't have any control over it. It just depends on.
That's a shame because he was having a good run.
Trying to hold on to it there. Oops.
You know what? I don't reckon he knocked that left front down when he made that little bit of contact with Biffle, because that car turned too hard right, and the 20 didn't touch him.
No, not even close.
I believe he had the left front down. What happens to Jimmy? I think he just gets up a little too high here. His car wiggles a little bit, steps out.
Well, we've seen that a lot today in turn 2.
But isn't it amazing how hard these cars can hit the wall, and that wing stays right in track, intact on
Maybe the thing that happened to him, actually, I think it was California.
in practice.
In practice, the car, look at the car. It just dives. It's almost like it sets on the bump stop and then shoots to the right.
And then won't turn. As soon as it gets down on the bump stops, it stops turning.
Exactly. But he's up on the outside there. Just
right there.
The car just turns around right there. It's just like he said, really bad loose when you don't even hardly get to the corner and it spins out.
Boy, it was Marcus Ambrose lucky that car didn't slide up the hill.
Well, so was Dave Blaney. Bam. He hit that's pretty hard lick.
A partial schedule now.
Watch his
Here's Hornish.
He's got this thing is smoking. Looks like he's got a tire down or something happened to the car, and he just come down the hill, and here come Bill.
He'd already hit it at this point, Darrell.
He'd already hit the wall.
Yeah, he'd been in the outside wall.
We'll do the best we can here. Step forward, guys.
Yep.
There it goes.
We just lost it, got the wall hard. It's going to be us down the bottom.
So this will be the 8th call.
Restart mess. He just pushes up the hill right there and gets caught.
That's
I think that's David Reagan, and that's the second time that's happened to David Reagan. Biffle actually did that to him earlier. And then this is just chain reaction here. Looks like
David
the 12 is
Strimmy.
Strimmy, and
well, let's watch from David Reagan's car.
Right top. Feel it out for me. Caution is out.
Looked like Reagan was pretty well up the racetrack, and
Jeff Burton, a 31 car, was a part of that chain reaction back there. The Caterpillar car going through the grass.
well, I'll tell you, look at that. That splitter beats all I've ever seen. Looks like John Andretti just got a little too high. It's a little early in the race for debris to be a problem. He looked like he just lost the car up high. Now the problem is he's going to slide down here and boom, mess up that man's barriers.
hit the Fitch inertia barriers.
I think desperation was setting in for John Andretti. The leaders were coming.
A bunch of guys were getting ready to panic. Well, spotters.
Driving for Prism Motorsports. He's up on the wheel, and he's around off John Andretti.
Stay there. Stay.
I mean, the whole field is coming at that 66 car.
On the outside.
That's a 55, I believe. Michael Waltrip. He comes up into Todd, gets Todd into the wall, and then that's a chain reaction. The 8, the clear of Todd, came up in front of him. Now you're going to see these guys. That's pretty heavy damage on both those cars. The 29 and a 2 both.
Okay.
Juan Pablo Montoya, the 42.
That's just the start. That.
Yeah.
See, Juan Pablo is one of those guys. He's kind of like old school. You hit me once, I hit you twice. There he goes. Pow.
A well-worn path up to the safer barrier.
Now the good news is, not a lot of good news, but we do have a bunch of cars all wadded up right here together.
It's the 8th caution of the day, and it comes just a few laps after.
You know, I
Kevin
think he
Harvick's
may have
win.
had a tire down or something. Oh, that car got loose before he got hit.
Let's watch from Dale Jr.'s point of view.
Watch this car wobble right here now. It goes sideways there and again, and then. You know, the way they're fixing these cars now, he got in under the 12 car there of Strimmy, and it just probably too much rear brake for this point of the race. Yourself out. You'll see when he goes across that bump, the thing jumps out, or it's not a bump actually, it's just transition. Too much rear brake underneath somebody, that's what happens.
Hamlin working toward the front, and Robbie Gordon's in trouble.
Flat
Left
tire.
rear down.
Leader behind you. He's,
And he's going to spin out, so that will bring the caution.
Caution's out.
Been a tough day for Robbie Gordon. I think he was right in front of Marcus Ambrose when that happened, the 47.
Boy, Reed Sorensen, David Gilliland just sneaking by on the inside.
The 10th caution of the day, Michael Waltrip will get the free pass. David Stremme and Rudeman had some contact.
Whoa, that's hard on that left rear
Yes,
tire.
it is. We've seen that earlier in the race.
That's really hard on that left rear tire.
And so is
He
that.
just used up the left rear tire. Boy, how bad do you want it? You want it bad enough that you'll spin the guy out to get it. He sees a lot of cars when one of them's his. See if the 96 gets a little help getting off in the corner here. I believe something may have happened.
Something like the Blue 2 start finish line when this happened to the 19 of Elliott Sadler.
Yeah, the pace car hadn't pulled out yet. Ooh, it looked like he may have got a little touch.
If he did, was he already going around Darrell before he got bumped?
We'll have to look at it
Yeah.
again. Certainly the two cars close together there, it appeared that he may have gotten bumped. Just got down there. When you get a car on the outside of you, man, it just is hard to hang on to them sometimes. If you're a little loose, that car on the outside is just like a vacuum cleaner.
It just sucked the 77
Sucks you
car
right around.
And Hornish was the 12th place car. He was having a good run.
Stayed out in front of the leaders there, got one lap back. We can see Stremme here trying to hang on to that thing, but he's got a right rear tire down apparently. Then she starts to step out on him. She wobbles, she bobbles, she spins.
He almost saved it about 4 times.
He did. Never did go all the way around.
He does a really good job. I mean, he just barely kisses it right there.
Yeah, and you saw all those sparks, Gerald. That was down on the rim before it ever got to the wall.
Right.
Off to the right of your screen, you'll see Stremme enter the picture. And
Yeah, you see him right here.
Yep.
He just loses it off the 2, which is you kind of get a big handful of steering wheel coming up out there in throttle under power, and all of a sudden the back end will jump out with you.
From the back of Dale Jr.'s car.
Side, say hi, come on. He's spinning out behind you.
You know, it looks like he drove down in there under Dale Jr. and I believe you'll see right here there was a little bit of contact. But
Casey Mears.
Jr. he had his hands full without any help from anybody. That's been 2 cars tonight, a good car and a bad car.
Well, here come the hounds. They're hitting.
On the outside of him, Owen Kenseth just looks like he was leaving a little room on the bottom and moved up a tad and got into Jeff.
Casey Kane involved.
Well, I think
Allmendinger.
Listen, when the field went by, there were only about half. It's only about half a field left.
You can see right there, Matt Kenseth just gets into that left front of Jeff Gordon, and Gordon goes up and gets in the side of the 71. Gilliland, nowhere for Kurt Busch to go. Brian Vickers, and they just stack up from there.
Look, that's a 6-pack into the wall, just all in one move.
And this is the way the big one works at Talladega. I saw cars running in the top 5 that were involved, cars running outside the top 25 that were involved.
Yeah, I hate that. The old Pepsi Challenger is getting opened up like a can of Pepsi.
Got Gilliland as he went around, who spun down off the nose of the 2.
Harvick, and look at Mark. Mark took a heck of a ride in the 5 car.
Now Casey Kane has climbed out of his car. He's okay. It's going to be easier to list the cars that were not involved.
Mike, when they went by here, and of course we'll see them on the track out here, that's half the field.
Most of the cars in the low groove up until then. Oh, Boyer took a hard shot after contact from Gilliland.
So did the 71. I mean, there are cars that were getting pounded in this wreck.
Let's look out from behind Jeff Gordon till lap 8 to unfold.
Yeah, I hate it when it happens early like this. It just ruins the race for everybody.
Under the first caution of the day at Talladega, Alabama, for this big crash triggered by Matt Kenseth getting into Jeff Gordon.
He had let's see who it was he thought he had cleared. He's going to cut down here in front of somebody.
Marcos Ambrose, his teammate.
Goodness gracious, his teammate.
That old big blue wall was coming up in a hurry, though, wasn't it?
But see how he backed off. He's sliding. He's headed for the wall. He backs off the brakes. Car bites. It's a little high coming through here. Gets a little close to the outside wall.
Just came around on him.
Goodbye. Right through Mikey. Look at it. Same tracks Mikey took.
And then it's like, no, I don't want to go that way.
You know how fast he was going through there? 17's out there, but he's all by himself. Dale Jr.'s going to have to get up there. Oh, he turned him. Yikes. Yikes.
Truex can't save it.
Oh, no.
Pushes around.
He tried. He just couldn't hang on to it.
It's us.
At a few laps earlier.
This is just some amazing driving.
Unbelievable.
Amazing driving. Montoya.
Wow.
Reagan may have, the sick car may have gotten to the back of Montoya just a little bit, but I don't think that was bad.
Everybody starts trying to figure out which line they want to go low, want to go high. Oh, Montoya.
Something that
Montoya got turned.
Yeah,
he
got turned and
like
and
Montoya
shot
was
down there.
wanting to move around, and when he did, he just got clipped.
Mayfield's car in flames, the 41.
Not a very good day for Hendrick Motorsports. That's 3 of the cars that have been knocked out.
Oh, Montoya just got shoved into Bobby Labonte, and just like a croquet ball being sent, Robbie Gordon got shot into the inside wall.
Boy, Jeremy Mayfield going there in a 41 car, he's got a lot of fire coming out of that automobile. Boy, that's a hard lick. That is hard right there. Oh, my.
But you know the great thing? They've installed the safer barrier back there on that inside wall.
Yeah, look at that. Is that Sam Hornish that went up and hit the outside wall?
Yep, and kept going. Let's do some ride-alongs here, starting with Michael Waltrip. And Keselowski try to win it.
I don't know. I don't think he can step out until he waits till the last second and picks up.
He goes to the outside. Is Edwards going?
Oh, no!
He turns him.
No!
Oh, and that destroyed the front end of Newman's car.
No!
Edwards will not make it to the flag.
Oh,
Brad Keselowski won this race. That's what he's doing. That's what he's doing.
He's like you know how he is. He's an athlete, a marathon runner. I want to finish the race.
And he did,
yes,
to
he
a
did.
standing ovation from the crowd. Shades of Ricky Bobby.
Carl Edwards, he opened it up just a little bit.
Yeah, I'm not sure. I think this is a hard lick right into the fence. I mean, that car, that looked like Bobby Allison did here in 1987.
The catch fence did its job, and the car did its job.
Thank goodness we have the new, much stronger, safer catch fences.
And Newman took a hard hit from Edwards as well. Look at just a car with the room left on the bottom.
And what happened here is the 09 looked to the outside. Carl went up a little bit to block him, and 09 went right back to the bottom and clipped him.
You know, the move looked a lot like the one that Brian Vickers put on Jimmy Johnson when Vickers won.
Wow.
But what a hit.
Wow. That is 1987 all over again. Oh, my gosh. And did you see that? I believe it was Biffle that almost T-boned the 99. But watch. The 09's going to look to the outside where he already has. Carl went up to block him a little bit. Now he's going to come down to try to block him again. And you get one shot at it, but you don't get two. Watch this.
What a lick.
Oh my gosh.
Unbelievable.
You know, and looking very carefully at the catch fencing that held, and I did not see any debris go into the grandstand. And that certainly is
unbelievable.
It's very gratifying to see. Well,
I knew it was going to be wild. I didn't know it was going to be this wild.
Here, the 3.
And from Dale Jr.
On air, because I did not see Brad Keselowski do anything wrong there.
No, it was a blocking move on Carl. The 09 looked to the outside. Carl went up to block that move, and when Carl came down, the 09 was there. Blaney right here, heading down in the corner. Oh, he just gets loose, guys. He got in there a little high. You can see it's kind of dirty up there. You saw a little dust flying up as the car lost control and went into the wall.
For 41 coming into view in the outside lane.
Popped that wall pretty hard.
Makes a little contact there, but I think there must be more to this story than here he is on the front straightaway. So he did some damage as he rubbed the wall down the back there. Then he spun out. And that's what blew out the right side tires.
Yep, there they go, down on the rim. Red car, here he comes.
It just steps out.
He's had his hands full since the drop of the green flag.
I mean, he's not even in the throttle hard when it comes around. That's how loose he is. Under Carl right here, the 99. They make a little contact, and
he just stayed against him.
But you know, he had to, Larry. If he backs off, the 99 comes across his front, across his hood, and would put them both in the wall. So he did the right thing by pushing him on around, actually. Tires up, and that's what spun it out. But looking at, well, he's trying to keep it off the wall here, so.
John Andretti in the 34 just stopped till he was finished spinning.
See the cowl flaps open up. That lets the air pressure out from under the hood of the car. This is what the 18 did to the 88 here last year. See how it looked like the 88 turned right?
Yeah.
It was because when he got on the brakes, he got loose. And so he's trying to catch the car, and the 31 was on the outside of him.
Yes.
The studs are a lot longer. Yeah.
Right in front of Joey Logano there is Biffle coming down to get on the part of the racetrack where there's traction, and Logano was already coming up the racetrack. Three into one won't go.
3 wide, we've already seen, you know, number.
Here he comes into turn. Oh,
no,
boy.
no.
Yep, left
but
foot's already down.
I guarantee you, yeah, that tire's down before he ever gets to the corner, but it's got, you can tell it's been rubbed on. Something's been up against it because all the letter's gone off of it.
Here's another look. Left side of your screen is Harvick. Oh, Allmendinger got in.
Yeah, but I think even still.
I think it was already down before the.
Yeah.
You could see it starting to smoke.
Yeah. That happened coming off turn 2, I'm pretty sure.
And not too politely.
Just slightly.
There.
Sam got him.
77 car of Hornet.
And that's the thing about this first turn on this racetrack. It's
all right, what happens to Captain Kirk here?
Ooh. Lots of things.
Bobby Labonte, the 96 car. You see just nowhere for the 48, Jimmy Johnson, to go.
Continuing as he goes into the wall, and here it's Mark Martin in the 5 car, and as everybody weaves past him, you can see Martin Truex Jr. has trouble.
Tonight, get him a good finish.
He was the fastest Ford in practice. Oh, Bobby Labonte goes for a big ride past the start-finish line, and caution will come out for the 14th time tonight.
These lead lap cars are going to be very patient with these lap down cars right now.
I don't know. Maybe
he
Busch
may have got loose before Kirk got
to him. Just spun out. Yeah, it's easy to do off turn 4. It's right here. It's like he and Vickers. Vickers been locking that left front up all night long. You see him get loose, and that's so classic of Richmond. You go in the corner a little hard underneath somebody, lock up the brakes a little bit, and bump into the guy on the outside. Saw Dale Jr. in the 31 car do that.
But the Red Bull team made a deal with Joe Nemechek for speed to start that car, and he gets up and into Mad Max.
I had been watching Max Pappas in the 13 car. Started 22nd, first race here. He was backing up in a.
Boy, I mean, that's just.
Right outside. Just hang on, buddy.
The good news, Darrell, he didn't hit anything.
Oh, he didn't.
Oh, I don't know, but he did.
Starship.
Tell you what, Vickers did a good job of saving that 83 car.
Yeah, he did.
And 31 gets through there. Jeff Burton, untouched.
Boy, David Strimmy, that 12 just squeaked by too.
Let's ride with David Reagan through this one. Another nice save. We're under caution in Darlington. Look at it.
See what happens here. Man, oh man, that thing just exploded
Big time.
I mean, it looks like a fuel car at the drag races.
Darrell, you've got to wonder if that spin earlier, if that engine stopping, counter rotation, whatever, might have stressed components to where this happens down the road. Yes, no?
It very well could have, Mike. Certainly anytime you turn a car around and turn the engine backwards, or, you know, over rev the engine. But see how the flame is staying out of the cockpit?
Yep.
It's not going up in the car with Michael. It's all behind. It's smoky in there and it's hard to see, but There's the only problem when you get sideways, like you see how it tries to suck the flame in the car with him. But
Flag number 5. Let's look what happened to Sam Hornick.
yeah, he's just up too high. That's just real dirty up there. A lot of trash. He stays in the throttle. Now he's locked it down. It's going to work out good for Jimmy Johnson, Larry.
Yeah, he'll get the free pass, and Brian Vickers
spins him out. You can't get in there on that apron like that without, you need the whole racetrack because it's going to go up the hill.
Yeah, he was turning the wheel to the left, but the car was going up the hill to the right.
Here is David Reagan's onboard camera. Drove in the back of it.
It's like he got, but I think he got bottled up behind the 48 car.
Larry, it's a timing thing. He just timed it wrong.
This was 1 lap ago. And there's the 6.
Yeah. Car was just a mess from that spin earlier.
And that could have cut down the tire that prompted that.
Boy, he got into the side of poor Marcos Ambrose in the 47. Max Pappas just barely slides by in that 13.
Now, but nobody hit him.
Yep.
Watch for the Blue Dews coming into picture and getting a little bit into the wall right there.
Yeah, a little bit too high, and just loses it off turn 4 there. And man, all that smoke. Now where do you go? Can you see anything? No.
Watch Jimmy Johnson just turn it back. Allmendinger.
Nice
Harvick.
job. Hard lick there. Then he comes off a 2 back here, and something happens to the car. Let's see. There he is. There he is. Oh, Allmendinger. Yeah, that's what happened. I thought it was
this becomes almost a 3 cushion shot. Safer barrier inside, concrete outside, back inside.
That was a hard lick, though.
He has climbed out of the car, and Clint Boyer is okay. It's Biffle that gets into Carl Edwards.
Ooh, the Biff. Yeah, Carl's car is a mess.
Yep.
See what happens here. Oh, he just, man, we've seen that so many times tonight. There must be a real slick spot right there off of turn 4. We've seen a number of cars just lose it off that corner.
We'll see several cars just barely squeak by Kevin Harvick in that 29.
I know back in the old days before they repaved it, started dead last. Started at the back of the field.
There's his qualifying lap. Hard into the wall. Everything tethered and held to the race car. But that car's junk.
And he is there, guys. He is bearing down on the back of his teammate, Mark Martin, right now. He's looking. Oh, you see Vickers? I think his car, I think something happened to his car, and he went up the hill and got into McMurray.
Nowhere for Jamie to go in that 26.
No.
I've been seeing smoke and fire coming out of that car, and I think he had a tire going down slowly. Like a crunched up Mountain Dew can tonight.
Still out there, still there, still outside there.
Where we made contact.
Outside. Stay low, hold the brake there, hold the brake there. Get ready to let it roll, let it roll.
It's like he was trying to stay off that 43 car, and when he yanked the wheel, it just came around with him. You know, that 43 car, Reed Sorensen, I don't know that we've mentioned him all night long. He had to start this race at the rear of the field.
Elliott Sadler's night is a short one as he brings out the 4th caution of the evening.
Now this old car, sometimes it makes them better. No.
Into Greg Biffle, and that will put us under caution.
Yeah. I think it...
Race, he passed cars going 3 wide.
There's 3 wide over there off 2.
He's going to do it.
He's going to make it.
And Jimmy gets turned.
Oh, no, Jimmy's around.
Caution is out.
And nobody hits him.
These guys are still going at it over there. The All-Star Rice Newman all the way up against the wall. There's still 3 wide.
He's got him. He's got him. Oh, there we go.
Keep your foot in it.
Keep your foot in it.
Still
Keep your foot in it. Ah!
Pow.
How they going to all miss him?
Wow.
Wow.
Here's a look at it this last time around into turn 1.
Car just wouldn't turn a lick.
just went on the wall there, Gil. Close.
Like Carl Edwards, like Mark Martin.
Now this did not bring out a caution when Andretti went straight up and in, but it sure got people on pit road thinking we need to change some tires. So we've had a lot of green flag stops, and some drivers are going to get caught a lap down.
Yeah,
Look at those bright green cars way in the back.
Way back here.
Oh, who was that? Vickers got loose in front of him?
I think it was David Stremme at 12.
Boy, that is. I'm glad they got that safer barrier down the back there now. That would have.
Boy, look how close of a call that was. I think that may have been Reed Sorensen in the 43 car.
Get a little bit better look here. Oh, you see somebody up there. They say Stremme got loose, and that's what started that whole thing. But that was an incredible lick for the 7 car. And great driving right there to miss the 98.
They're changing the tires.
Oh, trouble. David Stremme in the wall. An accordion effect. He got troubled up there with Matt Kenseth. Rudeman spins to miss him.
Boy, Rudeman did an incredible job.
Yeah, you see him up there, and Junior's on his right, and Stremme just gets turned right into the wall. And then you see the 48's right there, and I'm not sure. It looks like he cleared the 88, but here's a...
And watch the middle of your screen, the 12 car.
That thing just busted loose, and he was just hanging on for the ride at this point.
Told the team the car had been loose up until then.
I think slid a quarter mile before he hit anything. I mean, think about how far that is. Here he is coming off turn 4, down across the apron, on the pit road.
Blew the right front.
Here's the big thing. The lucky dog, the 17 of Matt Kenseth. He will get to come around.
That's what he just did.
Oh, wow, the 11 gets in there way too tight and turns Morris around. He was way in there on the inside and had nowhere to go. And he turned left to miss the tires, and coming through turn 10, leading onto the last corner, and he just missed his mark just a little bit. And Kyle and I were talking in the break. Real lucky.
Oh, and you see the 48 all the way on the other side of the curve.
Yeah, that wasn't really Rudeman's fault on that one. That was the 48's fault.
Yeah,
Very good.
The 48 got in there and committed, and then he went all the way to the other. Oh.
Yeah, then he had him locked up. Wow. There's not a whole lot he could do on that.
You're coming right side 99.
Oh, there we go.
There we go.
That's the 02 possibly.
Brandon Ash.
There you see clean there. I think that was the Brandon Ash situation. And then the next corner is where Mark got drilled.
Tony just stuffed it down in there 3 wide and pinned them. Well, there you see. 17.
That's Matt Kenseth.
And
Kenseth drilled him.
17 drives back across, and the 17's trying to spin and get going again.
Wow, these guys are really
Oh! Cornish goes around off the front of Kyle Busch and got him back.
And Kyle Busch.
They're behind. Inside.
Locked up that light going.
And then Kyle Busch falls forward and gets into the side of the 83 as he pulls.
Because the car was running so well.
And that was a... Oh, man. I was just getting ready to say that was a good, clean pit stop for the 47, and that's what they needed.
But you come up there and look, you can see the position, see where they're at. Boom. Bobby's trying to cut to get over to the curb to set himself up for the next turn. Yeah. And that's where he's looking. You're always looking to the next corner.
Oh, man. Here comes Scott. That's Scott Speed. He's got...
And he has a rub.
The 98 goes around. So here we go.
Here's a replay looking for Ryan Newman.
I'm not sure if he got helped by the 77 on that or not.
The 77 was way out to the left. If he did, he just...
Rocket right there. Boris gets in there way too hot. Hits the 71. Or 77.
Right.
And 77 stays in the gas. Drills the 71 of David Gilliland. Didn't expect him. Jimmy Johnson, I thought he was going to make a
Kurt Busch goes around.
And that's exactly what we're talking about.
And that's what happens. There's nothing you can do right there.
For Greg Biffle, I'm guessing he's back in that. Yep, there he is.
They've just got all... Man, I don't even know what happened on that one.
You saw the 16 back it into the wall. Now we're looking for Brandon Ash.
Oh, wow. Well, he got in there awfully hard. I'm not sure if he didn't have some help on that deal.
Keep rolling. 2 wide at your door. Corner. Still down here. Oh,
Yeah, he had somebody, I think, to the right side of him right there.
Yeah.
And hard.
Look at this. This is 3.5 wide right there, just about. Reagan gets hit and gets spun by the 99 car, which sends him into the 88. If you go back and look at that, the 99 got right into the corner of the 6.
I think
which
Boris
sent him
got
in.
turned.
Right. There's a replay of Casey's.
Yeah, that'll help.
Wow.
Patrick Carpentier in the 55.
Yeah, that's not getting rooted out of the way. That's getting knocked out of the way.
Boris has seen a few people today.
Yes, he has. Yes, he has.
Whoa!
Oh, man, did he run it into
wow. That looked like a brake problem because I know he didn't intentionally try to run in that deep.
No. Not this early in the race either. And being in the position he was in the racetrack, he may have got a little help here. Oh, yeah.
Yeah, he definitely got hit.
It was right there with Harvick.
Kevin Harvick hit him. Yeah.
Oh, look how that thing hits and comes up. You don't think about it being, it's a flat racetrack, so there's no bank to catch you when it turns around.
Dinger, watch the 44 already going around.
And he's going into the corner and is around backwards. So I don't know why.
In the 19 down the bottom gets a little bit sideways, gets into speed, which then gets into Michael, and then just a chain reaction after that. Robbie Gordon gets a piece of that.
Our latest caution.
Yeah, he was smoking for a few laps here. It looks like the left front is either locked up or something is. That thing was just locked up.
It was just locked up.
That's what the smoke was coming from. Was it was locked up, and then
Start. Junior did not. Look at Junior.
Trouble!
Oh, that's going to turn Truex.
And
Truex is going to get right into Burton, and we've got more problems.
We got all kinds of people. Kevin Harvick,
Brian Vickers, David Reagan,
Yeah.
Casey Mears is involved in that.
Right here.
There was a lot of cars down there on the apron. I mean, there's a lot of cars. Oh, no, something definitely.
Yeah.
Left front
Right in front of you. Clear low, clear low.
Yeah, his left rear was
clear there.
His left rear was cut when he got to the corner. You see it was already cut and down by the time he got to the corner.
Yep.
Joey out of Middletown, Connecticut.
That could have been contact.
And this could have been with the 39 in that crowd.
Remember Jimmy Johnson, and here's Speed. And,
wow. Somebody had already turned him.
Tagged him.
Yeah.
Jimmy Johnson's now listed in 10.
And I think Mark was just trying to slide up there in front of Matt, and that was just a close call, and an inch would have done it.
Yeah, and
you Montoya. Whoa! Almost made it.
But you look at Matt. There's two cars coming from two different angles to the same spot on the racetrack, and it's one of those deals. It's give and take, and I don't think Matt thought that he was going to come up that quick either. I hate that for Mark, man.
Yeah, he's down on the bottom. No, actually the 12, but he's still, the 07 was going up, the 12 was coming down.
And I'm going to say something. He has it saved here. I think he's got a flat right front tire. But he let off right there. No, yeah. He just rolled it back. I'm not even sure where this one starts. You see the 12 car. Wow. He gets tapped. Yeah. He gets into the back. It's like Casey gets in the back of him.
Yeah, and that's what happens with these cars sometimes. If you're not dead straight when you're hitting the guy in front of you bump drafting, you're going to turn them straight into the wall.
And you saw the 00 turn to the outside. Well, obviously he got hit in the back and turned the opposite way by somebody. Now look at that. You can see nothing. From where we were sitting right there, you could see from there, you could see nothing back all the way to turn 2.
Yeah, Casey definitely got into the 12, didn't he? Watch Rudeman in the 00 come around.
Yeah, well, at this point,
right? Oh, man.
At this point, when you're behind something like that happened, all you can do is look straight, hold the steering wheel straight, get out of the gas, and hope you don't get run into or you run into somebody. There's not a whole lot you can do in this situation.
And the thing is, the accident started. Here's what happens with accidents at Daytona and places like this. You see these guys still piling into the wreck down here. There were almost 3 wrecks there, okay? You had the first wreck. You had the 12 and the 9 get together. All right, then the car's humming along there. Everything looks good. He's turning down, coming down the racetrack, boom. The fender comes up. He blows the right front tire because probably the tire's rubbing on something internally that you don't see from the outside.
Trying to do what he could do to see the right front tire, but obviously still Kurt Busch and David Reagan.
There goes the splitter.
I thought they were going to get together a little earlier. They almost had a big problem. They waited a little while longer, and then finally.
And all you're trying to keep that guy behind it. You don't.
Oh, there it is. Scott Speed, AJ Allmendinger.
Still outside. Stay in the gas.
Shoving to the bottom.
He just wanted to touch him, man. Just wanted to touch him.
Can't get him to the high side. Here he comes. No,
there he turns him. He turns him.
Bush in the wall. Here comes Stewart to the checkered flag. And another car gets in the backside. It's Casey Kane. And they're scattering everywhere as they come to the line.
Some of these guys hit hard, man.
And one of them was Kyle Busch.
They're still hitting hard. Tony, once he blocked, Tony put the bumper on the outside of him. He was there.
Watch the night. I think it's a 9 car
gets
takes
right in the
hit.
back. Goes right into
just clobbers Kyle Busch.
And these guys, there's a 31 car tour, but these guys hit hard right here.
Logano finally, his luck ran out.
Yeah, but you see these guys going across the racetrack. This is ugly down here. They're very fortunate nobody got hurt right there.
Just got to say hey to all the troops out there and everyone supporting us and sacrificing for us, and hope everybody has a happy Independence Day.
Carl Edwards takes home a 5th place finish tonight. Adam.
And Denny Hamlin in the top 5. Your teammate got bounced around at the
himself up too much on this deal. I mean, like I said, you're looking at the checkered flag at Daytona. All bets are off.
Yeah.
That's a hard hit by the 18 car because he hits with the left front and then drives the driver's side into the wall.
When he gets drilled by Kane right here.
And you know, we got the safer barrier, but I'm telling you that Hans device, those things are.
Look at that.
Yeah, that's a shot. So he got hit. He took a shot in the front, and then he took a shot from the back. I mean, and then he got one in the door.
Oh,
see, I didn't see that one.
Yeah, that's what I said. Is they were going on down. That's why I kept trying to follow the cars down. I'm like, they hit really hard past the start-finish line. Not only these cars, the 31 car. There were 2 or 3 cars that took some major licks going into turn 1 down there.
And the bad thing about this is he already has damage on the left side. That's what I hate, is seeing a car get hit twice in the same spot.
Ooh, the 9 car gets hit right dead in the door by the 31 car. You see him. Then the 20 car hits his 18 car right in the door.
I bet you that's the hardest shot he took.
Watch it from Joey Logano's view out the back.
And his brother underneath him. He says, hey, Kurt, watch this.
Oh, my.
Whoa. Good, you know, it was a nice job of...
Sam was in 20th.
Yeah, it looks like the 20 car is underneath him, and he just kind of lost it, or he got hit a little bit, but yeah, Hornish was innocent victim there. He just definitely got the short end of the stick.
Yeah, it was not Sam's fault at all.
A junior. Little contact.
Oh,
the tire.
Part. Yeah, but that was due to the contact with the 88. I mean, they rubbed each other getting off the corner, and that's what cut the tire. But
he must have run over something.
Yeah.
When you look at the car back here, there's another car. If we can come back and maybe we can tell us straight.
Jimmy McMurray.
Jimmy McMurray.
You watch here, Junior's just he'll rub up into that right in here. That's what cut the tire initially, and it just finally goes down here in another second.
And you see it's flat right there.
Yeah.
It was flat right before it went behind that.
You're along for the ride at that point. Oh, he just got clipped a little bit from the 42 car.
It looked like one got real loose down there and slid up the track on him.
Yeah, he just went in the corner and it blew. Actually, I'm sure
yellow.
all kinds of.
Well, right there looked like he got kind of pinched down there a little bit.
We are also getting reports that the 19 car of Elliott Sadler may have had some smoke coming out of it. Could that?
He says he's got no brakes, so he just gets loose off the corner. Tires were up until this impact. You see that hard impact on that right front, cutting the tire down. Yeah, that was just way out of the groove there. And he's way out of the groove right here, and there's no grip up there.
No, none at all. And you can see right here, Joey Logano is going to make a great move, go to the outside, and just slips by.
Tony Stewart was on pit road when that spin happened, and now here come all the leaders back down pit road. It's like same thing, Bobby Labonte just up out of the groove right here.
See what David saw looking back at Allmendinger. Pretty aggressive attack here. Good run up high there. And it's in progress. So he gets a tap after he spun from David Stremme, but that was just because Stremme had nowhere to go up high.
As we exit.
It's like, did Robbie Gordon turn down on him there, Dale?
No. It looked like Stremme lost the nose of his car right there.
Yeah, could have. If he hadn't had earlier contact, you'd say this was just racing. Well, from that angle, maybe not.
Now, Robbie bumped him and was talking about spinning him, but he decided to go on by.
Yeah, I mean, that's the thing. He said he was going to wreck him, but then he had better thoughts of that. And then pressure on Rudeman here, trying to get by Marcus Ambrose at the same time, and just gets into him.
Oh, wow.
And it knocks him right into Ambrose.
Got both of those Michael Waltrip cars in one shot.
So a possible top 10 finish Ambrose was looking at, and possibly a move into the top 12 in points Rudeman looking at. Could all go away there in that one corner, turn 3.
Some of these other guys did a great job. That was Ryan Newman that just snuck by right there.
Earlier in the day, right there.
Well, it looked like Bobby was trying to give some of those guys a break in front of him. As those cars got 4 wide in front of Bobby Labonte, he backed off just a little bit.
Yeah, well, you got to back off somewhere
over.
Down going into that corner anyway. It's just you hope the guy behind you is paying attention, and David Reagan ran up on Bobby Labonte and turned him around and started all of this. I see Jeff Burton sliding through there. I don't think he actually got any part of it. Watch here, see. I don't think Bobby really knew that Jeff Burton was there. It's really hard for the spotters to see a lot of these places, too. You have to present
toward the inner loop, and folks, that won't work even too wide.
No, there goes Stremme through the grass. He's going around in front of these guys.
Oh, man. Jeff Gordon gets a piece of it. So does Kevin Harvick.
Harvick got
Carl Edwards right there.
And watch the 20 car, the rookie Joey Logano, right in front of Rudeman.
Yeah, that's just trying to make that pass, but carrying more speed than your car can handle.
Lucky to have all that runoff area there.
See, right here. That's what got Sorensen in trouble.
Oh, Sorensen just a victim here.
And even all that sand and gravel can't slow a car down.
They slowed it down. That's the key thing.
That's right.
It didn't keep it from hitting the wall, but definitely knocked a lot of speed off here. This could have been a really bad crash for Dale Jr. Had it not been for this area. This is what NASCAR and Watkins Glen have done to make it safer in this area.
Just got taken out by the 88.
Yeah, well, it wasn't intentional. He just didn't have
radio about that kind of thing.
This guy is stewed off the track.
Here's Sam Hornish racing with Casey Kane as they come out of the corner. Oh,
looks like Casey got loose and tried to correct it. Got into Sam, and goodness gracious, what
just as we saw the other day. Wow, huge lick by Jeff Gordon. It's good to see him get out of his car.
And Sam Hornish. Both of those cars hit extremely hard on that second impact.
Gordon head on into the Armco barrier.
We saw this happen with Jason Leffler's car the other day, get thrown back, and Jeff Gordon wide open, nowhere to go.
It's good to see those guys get out of the car.
Joey Logano just missing the inside of the 77 car when he came by.
Right along with Jeff Gordon here. Be ready, folks. This is hard. Ooh. Man, just no time to do anything.
And there's no safer barrier there. That's just an Armco barrier, steel barrier.
Yeah, you can watch Elliott trying to pass Casey Mears down into turn 1. Gets in a little hot. Doesn't want to get into Casey and spins out right here. That's not the end of this.
There's actually 2 wrecks going on at the same time right behind this group. The 55 car and the 6 of David Reagan were fighting for position, getting in the corner. Right here you see David Reagan driving under Carpentier. They make contact, and there's Elliott Sadler sitting over there. And hello. Wall, but it is risky.
Top of your screen here. Watch him coming into the turn.
Yeah, he's already got a problem.
Down.
I don't know if he had touched it earlier maybe and had a tire rub.
Yeah, but definitely had a tire go down as he entered the corner.
Down.
It was close.
Whoa, got trouble sideways. Reagan, there's Kurt Busch sliding across the racetrack.
Looks like Busch gets the worst of this.
Let's watch here. He's racing with Sam Hornish.
Sam sideways. Yeah, you see Sam had to collect the car back and just barely touched Reagan again. He's been a victim in both of these spins.
Yeah.
I don't know how John Andretti missed him, but he was able to get the car wound up enough not to get into the back of the 6 car.
Bill Elliott up there in the 21 car.
Oh, contact. Trouble. Yeah, this is going to be trouble, guys.
And Strimmy spins it. So far, no contact. There's Ambrose getting by.
Always straight.
Man, Allmendinger does a great job.
And caution again. Into the corner here, looking back at Reed Sorensen.
Just looking. Got loose.
Well, he got a little help on that one, too.
Yeah, we're going to see that. A lot of contact on that. There's just not a lot of grip.
Hold it up there. Trying to hold it up.
Denny Hamlin's in that lucky dog spot. He needs a caution. But right here, you see Bobby Labonte just gets loose. I mean, no contact whatsoever by the 11 car. But Hamlin gets the caution he's looking for.
That's right. Gets him back on the lead lap now.
And he has got a good race car.
Yeah, he's really passed a lot of cars in these last.
Feels like he had a flat tire, but they're saying the tire was up, so he must have broke a piece of the suspension there. Sway bar arm or something.
Yeah, Robbie Gordon doing a nice job of avoiding getting into him. Caution is out now. There tonight.
Yeah, that thing just took off to the right.
Yeah.
That caution flag, not a break for David Gill, and get his lap back. Here's the 3 wide at Bristol, believe it or not.
At least 3 wide.
Yeah, at least 3. It looked like it was trying to be 4 wide. Everybody trying to find their spot, and you see, looked like Casey Mears may have had to get out of the throttle a little bit.
Yeah,
Sam
77 got into the back of him. 2 car was having a lot of trouble, though. Harvick was in trouble in front of this group, though.
Still outside.
He gets into his teammate right there.
Wow.
Got hit from
I believe he
behind.
might have
Got a bunch of damage here, guys.
hit by his teammate.
I'm not sure if this is what causes him to crash or not. Yeah, you can see
right
he
there
just gets,
it is.
yeah, all the water gets on that right rear tire.
So you put those things up there for a reason so the driver can see that happening
Yeah,
and
then slow down.
Give you an idea.
Yeah, you got a problem.
This is how this all got started. But this is the first time, as you see, Michael Waltrip kind of squeezes Martin Truex and then gets into the right rear of the car that he owns of David Rudiman. And then I think Michael might have a tire go down right here. Yeah, just swaps ends, gets into the wall, and then Clint Boyer gets turned around by Joey Logano and backs into Michael Waltrip.
Oh.
See right here, this is going to happen.
And this is one that didn't get saved. We've seen plenty of these almost happen.
And that was literally right in front of the leader, too.
Plows it across the grass, and Sam coming off 2 top 5 finishes in the last 4 outings, so really gaining on it here, but struggling, as are many drivers.
Track could have started this. He had a tire going down, and yeah,
he's all the way off the corner there.
Turned around right there on the straightaway. See the tire, piece of the tire laying up against the wall. Like Denny Hamlin just missed it. Whoa, man, that thing took a right-hand turn abrupt.
It looked like something broke
there.
Yeah,
something broke. Either a tire went flat, blew a right front, or something broke. Man.
Johnson looked way ahead there out in front of Carl Edwards onboard cameras.
Yeah, you can see he just gets sideways.
Right here in front of you. Green is still out.
Does a great job not to hit anything.
They're coming out of turn 4 right here.
You see Kurt Busch gets totally
sideways.
Out of control.
Yeah.
And then that's when Reed Sorensen came to the scene. Really nothing Reed could do right there. At the edge of the window of making it on fuel, I don't think there's a lot of drivers that want to try to make a 55-lap run to the finish, though, on these tires. Boyer just snuck by.
Wow. Just barely touches the wall there. See Clint Boyer. You have to make a decision right there as a driver. Clint decided to go to the outside. Wow.
And he's sideways.
What a great job.
That was.
Man.
Former dirt track racer doing his best there to hang on to that car sideways.
He was up on the cushion right here sideways.
He had his eyes closed about right there when he saw that 20 coming up there.
Caution flag right side there. Oh my goodness,
wow.
There's Boyer sideways.
Digs up a little bit of that grass.
We see that more here on cars exiting onto the straightaway, off the corner, off the banking.
Him down in 1 and 2.
It's a little bit of a nudge from Jeff Burton, but I'm not sure that he didn't get one from Greg Biffle.
Tony Stewart jumped in there. I think that might have forced Jeff Burton up there too. Here we go, Tony down the inside. You could just see that he got loose trying to get there. He was trying to let his car roll really fast and maybe clear both of those cars out of turn 4, but he got sideways and into Reed Sorensen. Even the best make mistakes sometimes.
Keselowski, the driver here, he's the full-time in the NASCAR Nationwide.
Oh, that's how it happened.
Oh.
When they said Brad was backwards in the pits, oh, it was Brad Daugherty.
That's riding right in front of here.
Oh, man.
Oh, man,
wow.
take a look at that. You know, I'm starting to wonder if these brakes are starting to be an issue, getting really hot, starting to over.
Stretch and not front straightaway,
yeah.
right? So.
Yeah, that's exactly what happens too, Dale. He lost that right front.
Watch Tony Stewart coming out.
Oh, that's scary right there.
Just always a dangerous spot on that pit road. You have to pay attention.
They should have been coming in, as you see him there on the top. Fuel only. Oh, contact first, the 2-car of Kurt Busch.
Oh, gets kind of bottled up behind him, but you see it might have been a little bit of a chain reaction, but you see Sadler starts the big accident in the back.
Yeah, I don't know if he got touched by the 7 car there or if he just got loose on his own coming up out of turn 2.
See the 98 car, Paul Menard, nosed into the wall. 34 of Andretti is there. Watch it again, this time from Joey Logano's viewpoint.
Actually, Logano gets in the left rear of Sadler. That's what set this off.
Just keep digging, watch him there.
Come back from Michael Waltrip's view, and there is John Andretti.
And that's the reason Michael went spinning. He saw everything happening, but
you're in 4th spot.
So we got trouble here. A little contact with Jeff Burton going around.
Outside. Spin behind you, outside.
Caution out, turn 2, caution out, turn 2.
And that is a huge.
Could have possibly got a little help from the 00 right there. Got there kind of late from that angle.
See, there's a 17 of Kenseth and a 47 of Ambrose.
Yeah, Marcus was ready to go. He got in the gas, and AJ wasn't quite to the throttle as hard. A little tap from the rear.
Joey Logano.
Big crash.
Oh, he's upside down.
Over and over, Logano goes between 3 and 4.
No.
The car will come back to rest on all 4 tires.
Really just kind of a stack-up effect. Like one of them got on the brakes and it's kind of forced. Yeah, look at Tony Stewart just missing this crash. Man, here's where it really gets exciting. Man.
We talked about that there's nowhere to go as you come off of these corners, and when something like this happens, you make a commitment, and you've got one opportunity really to miss this wreck. Tony Stewart did a great job. Some others got caught up in. Let's drive along with Tony.
You know it's going to be bad right here when he comes up in front of traffic. Reed Sorensen makes the impact. Scott Speed got a piece of it also.
The car's actually going backwards when it starts to lift up and go over and begin to tumble.
Yeah, it's just being pushed, and as it kind of dug in a little bit, and it was continued to get pushed there, that's what got it up and rolling.
And you hear what you talk about how high the banks are here, and you see he's just tumbling down that bank. There's so much height difference right there from the top of the bank down to the apron.
3 stories, the difference between the top and the bottom, 24-degree banks. Just side over side over side, a violent impact. And the good news that this new car that NASCAR brought on, 3 years ago, there, right front tire.
And that's a hard hit by Michael Waltrip. That'll take your breath.
A little bit of smoke where the splitter was bottoming out, like he might have been losing some air in that right front. And finally let go there.
The wall will show you what happened this time.
Like the same thing as the last time. Like the right front went down.
Inside you here. Inside. Clear low, caution's out.
See, he'd been running high, but his car got loose. You can see chase it up there. Turn 4 here. See, he corrects it. He's going to get hit by David Stremme. As you can see, he's hit a few other things throughout the day with his car.
Now from Kyle Busch's onboard camera.
Right in front of you, trying with the top. You want the top.
There we go.
Now let's see what Elliott Sadler saw.
Shallow.
Yeah, he kind of got forced down there. Car came on the outside of him, and Elliott couldn't turn to the couldn't stay up top.
It looked like John Self. He's trying to get a run on this 00 of Rudeman. Yep.
Yeah, he may have got the left front down on the apron there. That will really loosen your car up right at that point in time. You want to keep it down there as much as you can, but it's kind of up in that very high groove here to start. There's not a lot of grip to be had. I don't think the left rear tire was an issue before that.
Well, he slid a long way right here, and that usually will flat spot the tires and blow them out.
Center of turn 1 to the exit of turn 2 the entire week here.
You see Kyle Busch makes a, man, he just barely missed that. Still missing it.
Wow, that was a great job by Kyle Busch for sure.
You also see Joey Logano try to snake through. He was the back of this pack. There's a contact. Michael Waltrip and Bobby Labonte. David Reagan gets the other side of Labonte.
Yeah, Reed Sorensen in the 43 just snuck by there also.
And Logano just does get through.
Take a look at the onboard. Just loses the car. Oh, that last little bit gets loose, tags the wall. But he hit it flat, guys, and that's a good thing. He didn't get it with the right front or the right rear.
The car's running up high there.
I understand trying to find grip wherever you can, but there's not much to be had up there. That's getting up to where there's just loose stuff up there, from tire rubber to everything else that's collected up there. So just a little too high up for Brian.
You saw as he was spinning that Dale Earnhardt Jr. and Jamie McMurray were both coming down pit road. So you can see what happened to Elliott right side of your screen.
Yeah, just like we saw with Brian Vickers, Elliott really up right next to the wall. This is up in turns 1 and 2. Just loses traction.
Seems like
nice job.
See, Hamlin gets out, and he's trying to cut down and cut that spot off there. Montoya was there.
Yeah, and he was getting a good push from Jimmy. You see, that's where the damage comes from, the end of that pit wall. If he just could have slid just a little bit farther, he'd have been okay.
Yeah, see, Montoya slide right up in front of Mark
Busch is in the wall.
Oh, trouble.
Oh, there's Casey Kane across, and he takes Biffle with him. Sliding down across the grass here at over 170 miles an hour, and the caution waving again. These two chase cars involved in this one, top of your screen.
Yeah, that was Kurt Busch getting into the wall. You see him get it extremely loose. Then he comes back and gets into Casey Kane, who Greg Biffle was just trying to miss all of that and got in the middle of it.
And Kurt Busch drives away. He didn't mean to do that, but he's the one that got loose and caused this.
You can see they're at least 4 wide here, but it looks like
first contact looked to me like it was Elliott Sadler into the back of Junior.
Yes, I was going to say. And that's what triggered everything, but they were only asking for trouble at 4 wide. We've talked about how wide a racetrack this is, but
it wasn't wide enough for that. I mean, It's just, you know, these guys are trying to get everything they can and trying to bump draft on this straightaway, too.
Yeah, they're just trying to push there, and probably just a little bit too much of a push.
Wow, do you see Reed Sorensen's car came off the ground?
47 car back and forth, bucking like a Bronco on left tires and right side tires.
A really bad wreck for Richard Petty Motorsports. Every one of his cars.
Right there, all 4 of them involved. Yeah. 3 of them piled up in a pile there for a while.
From Casey Kane's onboard camera now comes Jeff Burton. Watch him 4 wide there. Oh. See what happened left side of your screen. Watch Hornish on the outside of Truex.
Yeah, you see the sparks flying. Said it bottomed out.
See, that looked like it was coming from the left front.
Yeah, it looked like it was on that left front corner. These high speeds really make the car travel more, and that's sometimes hard to predict. You want to try to travel the front as far as possible, but you see Junior now just sneaking by here.
And Kevin Harvick also just barely getting by.
Jeff Burton gets by there. Now right along with David Reagan. Let's see what he saw. Sam Hornish, back of your screen, right side. There he is sliding sideways.
Yeah, he's just, you know, he's running around there crippled after he hit that wall with that right rear. If he was loose before, he was extremely loose with that damage.
Looks like it got away from him here, maybe.
Oh, man, yeah. I'm telling you, that thing just snapped around quickly. I mean, he was loose through there, but that thing just snapped around on him.
Yeah, one of the way Kyle really makes his car go fast is going through the center of the corner really fast. But when it gets too much on the edge, that's the kind of thing that can happen.
From Casey Kane's on.
Hang on to it. The team is making a patch push to hopefully correct that right rear, and they're hoping for a caution, and it's a little bit too late. He's going to be the caution.
Keep it running. All right, keep it running and go. Keep it running and go forward. Keep it running. Keep it running and go. Just go down pit road. Go down pit road and go. You're good. Come on. Come on. Go. 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 Leaders at the start-finish line. Go.
This is from Dale Earnhardt Jr.'s car. You see right there, Gilliland gets hard into the wall there. Gets loose. Yeah, the one guy in the team.
He's not wanting to back out. He's driving to get a job next year.
Holy cow, look at Strimmy, and now goes Biffle.
And Biffle trying to keep it down on the traffic up across.
Forward back straight. Nothing coming at you. Still nothing coming at you. In the grass. Wait.
I heard somebody say that wasn't going to work.
Yeah, it looks like Matt tried to go in, and he just got in too hard and got up into Marcus Ambrose.
Yeah, he did. He looked like he was trying to make a hole there, Matt was.
Yeah, nice job by Kirk Busch to miss that. He had a qualifying effort back in 37. You can see right there, he's into the back of Michael Walker for a little bit, but was able to avoid it.
Clear. Caution's out. One outside.
Well, he got something like he's got a left rear tire down right there. Contact with another car.
He's spinning off of turn 2 now.
Outside.
And that will bring out the caution for the second time today.
There it goes. You see right off the corner. Man. Hit the wall pretty hard there. He's just trying to stay out of the way of the other traffic. Yeah, right in front of Jimmy Johnson.
Yeah, I've been watching him. He was in some traffic, and it was like he was trying his best not to abuse the car and the tires and
the contact.
Yeah, there was actually contact. Looked like they might get out of that, but then the one car got into the back of David Strimmy, and that kind of sent him back into the 77 once again.
Most damage going to the 77 car, both able to continue. One with David Strimmy and Martin Truex, and now top of your screen you see him sideways and sort of the cue ball spinning around and to the outside wall.
Man, this place can be brutal when you're having a day like Sam. Bird's eye view of this crash. He just gets loose. He's already got some problems with that left rear tire that spins him around. Could have come from some contact earlier.
And then watch the 20 car come down and dive beneath the 44 in one.
Yeah,
looked pretty intentional.
Looked like he tried to do much turning down in there.
On the lead lap, there's the contact here, the 9 and the 34.
Yeah, you can see Casey Kane was down up on the curbing on the inside, and it shot him up in front of, or into John Andretti.
Casey.
Car just goes straight. Their right front tire was down.
Yellow flag.
See John Andretti running right there up on the racetrack. Looked like Elliott Sadler just got into the left rear. Excuse me.
Today here coming out with just 6 laps to go. Turn 1.
Whoa. Well, if he'd have made that corner, he'd have passed about 3 cars, but unfortunately, it was just a little too much speed right there. No pun intended.
Yeah, I was going to add that for you.
Now, he can go in there wide open next week. Him on the outside.
You have to wonder, too, it might have been a little brake failure there. You're at the time of the race right now that possibility of that brake pedal going to. Yeah, you can see he tried to drive in there. He got wheel hop.
Now watch the 34 of Andretti comes off of Menard.
Yeah, and he was sitting past the start-finish line there. NASCAR was going to let him race back.
Right side of your screen, these guys running toward the back of the pack, and you heard him say about a cut tire and heavy damage on both those cars. So under caution for the first time today here at Talladega, lap number 5, 2 cars involved. Back after this message and a word from our ABC stations. 75 plus coming off turn 4 down to 55.
Yeah, it looked like he got a little help from behind there from Clint Boyer. They're all trying to get down to pit road speed.
Yeah, AJ had run up on a car that was really slowing in front of him, and as he got on the binders, Clint Boyer didn't as much.
Cars right now as they're running have not pitted. All those cars have pitted on lap 6 or 7. Here's the 2
here goes
sideways.
Kurt Busch. This will bring out a caution right here.
Trying to save it through the grass and keep it from going back up across the racetrack.
He's going to be able to keep it in the grass, but you see almost all the cars have pitted.
Watch a car get turned around.
He and his teammate Tony Stewart got into the wall, but you can see it turns Ryan Newman around. As soon as it does, it's almost like that wing acts as to help to lift the car up. Lands on Kevin Harvick's hood. See Elliott Sadler there involved.
Elliott trying to jam the brakes on to keep him hitting the 39 as it was pirouetting up the track. He's able to miss it. Harvick able to get the car woed down as the 39 just comes rolling down on its roof onto the grass and comes over again another 360 before coming to rest on its top.
You can see Tony Stewart was running up on the car in front of him, and instead of hitting, he rolled out of the throttle, and Ryan Newman had a big run. And when he kind of saw what was happening, he had to turn left, and that shot him across in front.
He was actually getting a little bit of a shove from Marcus Ambrose, too. Yeah. Almost all the cars were touching going down the backstretch.
Now watch Marcus Ambrose's onboard camera as the 39 car comes across in front of him.
See right here, he gets that.
The
second hit, that shot him over in front of the 29, and then when he got turned around backwards when the car lifted off. See, that bump there, that turned Tony.
Wow.
You can see the car up in the air down on the inside.
Harvick, now watch it as it happened in real time.
Here goes Kurt Busch around.
Oh. Crash behind you. Crash.
Oh,
Mark's
down.
Mark Martin is over on his roof.
Back on his wheel.
Into the wall. Casey Mears, Rudeman is there. Reagan is there. Robbie Gordon, Jeff Gordon. At a turn 4.
Looks like Keselowski got into the 2 a little too hard, but Jimmy Johnson just in front of that 82 car, you can see sneaks by there, along with Michael Waltrip.
Looks like Keselowski was actually getting a little bit of a shove from behind, too, from Brian Vickers. Kind of a stack up that caused it.
And Mark Martin went completely over on his roof, back over on the wheels, came and hit the outside wall and slid down across the grass. Right now we're showing Mark Martin in 29th position, a lap down.
You know, what a great job by Jamie McMurray all day, though. He played the game.
Saw as he was riding here to come take the white flag.
Watch the one coming down.
Oh. Yeah, you can't watch something like that. You could hear him say, watch the one coming down, but no time.
Dale Earnhardt Jr. is on board. 3 wide on the outside of the 77.
In fact, Rudeman got into the back of Sam Hornish in the 77. That shoved him up into Jimmy.
It looked like Jimmy might almost have it saved, but he got back into Hornish there and then goes down and collects the inside wall. You see Sam Hornish getting against the wall on the outside.
And this time he just couldn't quite get it back in.
See, he was up on the top side of the racetrack. It's pretty bumpy up there, and if you have a loose race car already, that can make it hard to hang on to.
And damage sitting there, and the 42.
See Montoya just get loose there, and as he corrects his car, he gets up into the 99. Jeff Gordon, as he turns his car down to try to miss these guys, it gets loose. Here comes the 12 car into it.
Boy, Truex just missed Gordon, and Newman just missed him, and you see where he said Brad Keselowski involved there.
Gordon extremely lucky not to get damage there.
Yeah, Hornish gets tapped a little bit by David Rudeman as he corrects his car. He gets up into Jimmy Johnson. Looks like Jimmy might save it, but he comes back down into Hornish.
Slams the inside wall. This car ended up going to the garage area for.
Oh, yeah, right front tire went down. Oh, that's a hard lick, too.
Yeah, that's a hard hit. I think he might come down and get some of the inside wall right here also.
He hit where the safer barrier was at the barrier stops coming off the corner. Watch the 88 car pull out of the way.
Yeah, it kind of happened in front of the 88, but then it all just stacks up more and more and more the further back you get.
See David Reagan with a lot of damage in the UPS Ford.
And Michael kind of gets the worst of it.
Oh, yep. Oh, near contact again.
Oh, trouble off of 4.
Dale Earnhardt Jr. involved, couple of cars. Tony Stewart is there, the 17 is there. Bobby Labonte in the 71.
XC Jr. down on the apron, loses the traction again, gets sideways. Ryan Newman gets pushed into him by Sam Hornish. They both make it through, though. Then it just starts stacking up behind him. See Casey Mears just sliding his way through there.
Top of the screen there, see the 88 car sideways, and they stack up right behind him.
Yeah, we talk about him utilizing that apron. It's really difficult to do on a restart, though, where you have low air pressures. It just, again, de-wedges the car so much. You just
right up across the racetrack. He was up there anyway.
Did he touch it there? It looks like he may have just barely touched the wall.
Like he's up there and the high stuff gets into the marbles up near the wall. I tell you, it's really difficult. As we see, you got to really have a talent for doing that as Junior, and those guys do it. And he just got up there, got loose, turned it sideways, didn't hit anything, but boy, he's having a tough day thus far.
Today he was holding. As we look here, this is where he got into the wall again. And you're going to take a chance. You're just not doing much damage to these cars, though. But one thing that got him probably a tighter race car.
Marcus here, the latest incident. Top of your screen there. See him slide up and just rubbing the concrete.
Yeah, and that was a pretty significant hit there.
Not having a bunch of pressure.
And Montoya just been contact. Man. Montoya and Tony Stewart together.
Looks like that might just be a move. Now Montoya's got a flat tire.
And there's more to this. We're being told there may have been contact on the turn prior to that between the 42 and the 14. Look at the front.
Montoya there. Well, actually, it's not even part of it. It's just a stack up there with the 96.
Yeah, but Menard, Sorensen, Sadler, and Waltrip. That's the chain reaction there on pit road, and Elliott Sadler got the worst damage.
Yeah, I just looked up and saw this 19 car on fire, and then saw this 42 pull into the garage. I thought maybe he caused it, but he was no part of it at all. He might be over now.
Oh, yeah.
Looks like Montoya was on a mission to settle the score.
Montoya had been in the garage 28 laps. Comes out, and the 14 car is on the lead lap, being shown in the top 15, and there's the contact.
That's a lot of contact. You see the hood buckle up on that 42. That was just an eye for an eye, looked like to me.
Well, yeah. Guys in the old days used to not talk about it. You know, we saw Denny Hamlin talk about it, and then they used to wait a race or two.
2 laps.
Gear Blimp will watch Robbie's car come around.
Man, it looks slick up there.
Yeah, it's just a fast part of the racetrack. You're back in the gas. See if he gets a little damage right here. Yeah, it does get into the wall a little bit, a little left side damage.